Hello, guys, welcome to my channel, and we are reading, commenting, and analyzing stories and questions from Reddit. Because I believe that the best way to better understand ourselves and others and to gain some life experience is through analyzing real life situations and stories. So today's topic is forced chivalry in dating is deeply unnatural and kills the entire vibe. I think dating is turning into a cringe performative chore. The obsession with traditional chivalry feels like an artificial script that destroys any chance of actual chemistry. Human connection is supposed to be organic and low stress, but social media has convinced people that dates need a 19th century rulebook, where one person acts like an NPC butler and the other is a passive observer. It's pure performative BS. Constantly worrying about etiquette checkpoints like sidewalk rules or pulling out chairs keeps you stuck in your head instead of being present. It turns a fun night into a high stakes job interview and creates this patronizing power dynamic instead of equal mutual energy. Basic human decency is great, but this forced chivalry is unnatural, exhausting, and stops anyone from actually relaxing. So I believe by the tone of this post that the author is a man. And whether you are a man that also doesn't understand what this chivalry is for and that shares similar thoughts and values, or you are a woman that expects chivalry but meets guys like this and then you get frustrated, please stay with me because by the end of this video, we will be able to identify each other much better, understand each other, and with no hard feelings, just bow out gracefully, shake each other's hands due to massive incompatibility. Because here's the thing, not all women need chivalry, and not all men are able to deliver it. So, first, we will try to understand women that expect chivalry. Of course, not all of them, because yeah, of course, there are some women that just repeat something they heard on social media and they have no idea what they need from a guy when they expect chivalry. But we will try to analyze those women that expect chivalry, that know what is this about, and that actually know why they expect it. So we will try and get inside their heads. Usually, they are women that are looking for relationships, but not any relationships, but specific kind. Yeah, it sounds obvious, but stay with me. Before we go deeper into it, I will bring this analogy. I am a mother and I have a daughter. And I often joke that I feel myself like a man when I go outside with her. I all the time have to open and close the doors for her. We use the sidewalk rule, and I'm pulling out chairs, of course, for her. I'm also holding the doors. I am, when we're going downstairs, I'm the first one that is going downstairs, and if we are going upstairs, I'm the last one. Always behind her. Usually, most of those like chivalry acts, they are connected to safety. And for example, for me, because I believe that, first of all, I'm her parent and I'm responsible for her safety. But I also, besides that, if not just because I'm her parent, but because I am physically stronger, that's why my responsibility is to create some safe space for her to move around. Yeah, so that is my responsibility. You would ask if I'm comparing women with children. Of course, no. Children, it's 24/7. You all the time have to look for them. They are all the time. They don't understand even the consequences of their actions, and they don't understand what endangering themselves means, and they are absolutely not worried about that. They're just exploring, unlike women. Yeah, they're always keeping themselves not safe. So whatever you do, You always have to, keep an eye and an ear, and you have to look from behind and catch them, and it's a lot of movement, and it's not for everybody. And it's exhausting, especially if you're not prepared for that, if you're not mentally prepared for that, if you're not mentally stable or mature enough, if you're not emotionally intelligent enough. That will be very hard. And of course, it's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to experience that. Women, why do women expect that? You see, all of us women will tell you that we, not like we go outside on the street and we're always scared. No, but we are always on higher alert of who is walking behind us, who is approaching us. We're trying not to walk very close to the road just so nobody can pull us into the car or something. We are not entering elevators with a man alone. We a little bit more anxious for that. Even like somewhere in the back of our minds, it's like always present, and we have this tension. So women that are looking for chivalry, they are looking for a man that will keep them safe. They understand that. You see, this is the thing. This question, what do you bring to the table, has a very bad rap. We all bring something to the table. And those women expect men to bring to the table safety. We will not go through all the things that we bring to the table, but we are like staying in this chivalry topic, yeah? So those women that expect chivalry, they usually look for a man that will keep them safe. They want to feel that when they are outside with a man, they can relax. They just can let it go. Safety is his responsibility. He will not let anyone attack me. He will protect me, and I'm feeling safe. And I'm like, oh, such a relief. They know that they can sleep better at night. They are not worried for all this, like, noises outside. What am I gonna do? This is a man's responsibility. This is what they believe in. Yeah. And if those women are looking for husbands and they want to build a traditional family, by traditional family, I don't mean just trad wife, stay at home wife, and husband covers everything and she doesn't need to work at all. I don't mean that. By traditional family, I mean husband, wife, and kids, because there are so many options these days, like open marriage, for example, or child-free marriage, or there are marriages where spouses are unfaithful and they cheat on each other, or one spouse is cheating. So these unconsensual open relationships, yeah, I mean husband, wife, kids, yeah. Usually those women, they want happy relationships. And what they are looking, so safety for them already has basic level and extra level. So on the basic level, they expect physical, yeah, safety, as I explained before, and they also expect financial safety. By financial safety, again, I don't mean that she doesn't need to work, but I mean that when she is pregnant and postpartum, that she can step out of financial contribution to the family's budget, and the husband can provide basic necessities for the family and the wife and the kids and himself, that the family is not relying that much on her income, yeah. So she can just, with absolutely no guilty feeling that she's a burden to the family, or that they will, what are they going to do if they will have a kid, yeah. So she is absolutely sure that he's able to cover that. if he is able to cover that basic level of safety in relationships easy without feeling like he's being used or something like that, if he is like doing those things out of an instinct and he's fine with himself, he can handle that. When he is fine with that level, then there is an additional level, emotional safety. What do I mean by emotional safety? Emotional safety also has a lot of layers. And for example, she knows that he will be faithful. He will not cheat on her, that he will be with her. Also, another thing, those women, they usually also have very good contact with their body. And they know that through certain phases of their cycle, they might have different levels of energy. And there are certain cycles of certain phases of their cycles when they are feeling a little bit more anxious, irritated, or something like that. So they already feel that even just overall life is like of a woman, it really depends a lot on hormones. And they understand that when they will get pregnant and give birth, those spikes and shifts will be much bigger and harder and not as easy to digest. And they understand that they will need support and care through that period of time. They also probably already spoke with other women that been pregnant, that had babies, and they know that this is really a lot. For first of all, it's how many changes the body is going through, those hormones, and you're raising an entire human inside you, your health, temporary, yes, that's temporary, but still it goes up and down, like, vitamin deficiency, you have to be like visiting doctors frequently, all those tests, like you need to check if your blood sugar is okay, vitamin D, vitamin C, all of those things you need to keep in balance. You understand how important that is also for child development inside her. Yeah, so this is a lot of things that she's already worried about. Then another thing is that this is her stepping out into a new role. She will need to deliver and then care after something small and fragile, and she wants to know what she starts also, like, getting into this like information about those babies, like what cribs are better, like what strollers are better, whether she wants to breastfeed or bottle feed. Then you will be surprised, but sometimes women want to breastfeed but they're not able to. They have issues with milk, they have issues, like there are a lot of issues like might arise, then they have guilt if they were not if they wanted to breastfeed but they were not able to, and they have to bottle feed. They start feeling guilty, a lot of people also judging them and something like that. So they are very vulnerable through that period of time. And even the most emotionally intelligent women that very good at navigating and regulating their nervous system through this vulnerable state of their life, they do need extra support and care on top of man being a full present parent as her. Yeah, so being a man is very hard. That's why some women really value their husbands, because those guys, for some periods of time, like for the sake of creation of the family and upbringing children, they, for some time, they fully take care of both wife, kids. Yeah, this is some men do that. And for some men, this is not a problem. Also, some of those women understand that they will need extra time to stay at home with their kid. They also understand that even when they are staying at home with a child, sometimes they need to be able to leave the house, to even see other people, just like to rest and not to worry about the baby all the time and to have different interests also and to just like step out a little bit out of that role because otherwise you will be the first one who hears about that. She will literally go crazy. It's very hard. So she needs, for example, to step out at a brunch with her friends, for example, yeah? And it will look pretty much like this. This is what they want to feel like. That they will go outside, meet with their girlfriends, and the girlfriends will be like, oh, who is the babies with? And she'll be like, oh, the baby's with the father. Oh, how do you not have the mom guilt? And she will be like, oh, you know what? My husband is such hands-on dad that I fully trust him. Yeah. I fully trust that the baby is very safe with him. And another thing is like I get to stay with a baby all the time at home and I do need to have some rest and he understands that, but also it's he wants to bond with a baby, because like he is at work now he came home and he wants to take care of the baby and the bond. So the baby is very safe. The baby is with a father, with a great father. And they will be like, oh my God, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. And then she will come home and she wants to tell her husband, oh, you know what, babe, I really, really proud of the choice I made. And you're the best husband. And I love you so much. And you're so good to rely on. And I love you and whatever. She just wants to feel that. Yeah. And on top of her resting, just like, stepping out of that. That's what she wants to feel. Usually, those husbands, as they say, they also feel themselves happy because they feel needed. They have less chances to be that father that left for a milk and never came back. They really feel like it gives them purpose and inspires them to do more, to achieve more, to grow more. They really love it. Some men just enjoy it. Not all men, but some do. Yeah, so we pretty much already understand what those women are looking for. And now we will analyze this message a little bit more. So the guy says, I think dating is turning into cringe performative chore. The guy is literally expressing what is this for him. This is a performative chore. There is no need to perform. You have to be natural. You just need to come and say, this thing is not for me. Also, as he said, this artificial script that destroys any chance of actual chemistry. So the guy is purely looking for chemistry. Yeah? Human connection is supposed to be organic and low stress. Totally agree. Totally agree on that. It has to be organic and low stress. That's why people need to pursue similar things. Yeah, and it has to match. Social media has convinced people that dates need 19th century rule book. Look, it's very easy to blame social media on that when you don't understand something. For you, it is 19th century rule book. It's outdated. This is not what you're looking for. Maybe you're not looking for creating this traditional family, these kids, I totally understand. It's not for everybody. It's like dealing with a pregnant wife. Sometimes she's upset. Sometimes she's anxious. She has, she might have postpartum depression that you might deal with. Those kids, there's first year they're just like screaming. They don't even give you any feedback. They just cry. They want their diapers to be changed. They want to eat. They have some tummy aches and you have to participate in that. Then when they become toddlers, they are like all around the place. They need so much. They're also expensive on top of everything. And wife, sometimes she can't put the shoes on. Sometimes she's crying. Then you have to take care of everything. Yeah, and then she's on top of that. She's not even able to contribute to the family budget. So it's not for everybody. Yeah, not everybody is looking for that. So there is no need to feel yourself like NPC butler. Yeah, it's pure performative BS again. It's like you don't need to perform. You have to be natural and to be honest on what you're looking for. The guy is also saying, Yeah, this like sidewalk rules and pulling out chairs. The guy is not looking for keeping anyone safe. He doesn't really care if this girl is alive or not. As he said, it keeps you stuck in your head instead of being present. The guy just wants to be present in the moment. He doesn't care if you got home safely. He doesn't really care if you got here safely. It's none of his business. He wants to be present in the moment. He just wants relax and stops anyone from actually relaxing. He just wants to relax, be in the moment, enjoy the chemistry. This is all. And this is what you need to tell women right on the first date. I am here just to have it casually. I'm not looking for any traditional families. I'm not looking for keeping anyone safe. I am looking for relaxation. I want to be present in the moment. It's just we enjoy what we have right here, right now. And then when we walk out of this place, we forget about each other. Maybe we will have couple dates like that, whatever. Just be honest on your intentions. That's it. And then, because again, this is not for everybody. And first of all, some men are just not in that stage of their life to take so much liability on them as kids, family, and wife. Some men are not stronger than women. That's why they can't keep them safe. Maybe you need to look for a woman that is. There are women that's stronger than men that lift the weight like three times more than them, that like heavily doing boxing or something like that. There are women like that. Maybe you need to look among those women and you just tell them, you know what, for safety, you're the one responsible in our relationships because I am not stronger than you and I can't provide safety. So this is your responsibility. And she might be totally fine with that. So she will be opening doors for you. She will be doing all of those things, but it will not feel like pressured and you have to. She will do it naturally, just because she wants to keep you safe. So but when you do those like unnatural things, you force yourself, it actually creates those patronizing power dynamic. So that's why women, please stop demanding those things from men that don't want to do it. Because it feels like when you feel like you overput some effort into something, even that when the other person is grateful for that, it will it will be like that meme. Have you seen that meme when the dead raccoon is laying on the road and somebody tied the balloon that says "Get well"? It will be pretty much like that. You will feel like you overgave yourself and you didn't receive nothing back. It's also the same with when you're not looking for anything serious. You just want to have fun here right now and then that's it. And and you can't really easily afford just to give and pay for the dinner. Yeah, when you paid for it and you are not okay with it, you will expect something for it a lot more. So when you feel like you overgave yourself, you will expect a lot of effort back. And maybe on the early stages of relationships, that's absolutely not necessarily. So you need to do things that are easy for you. Yeah. And to be just yourself and to say what you're expecting from these dates. And that's it. Everything will be easy. So, yeah. Share your thoughts, whether you agree or don't agree. I'm all for the discussion. And thank you for listening. Hope you did your conclusions about it. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.